All right, perfect. So, everybody, welcome to the new agent orientation call. My name is Marysa Maggio. I'm super excited to be on with all of you guys this morning. And we're really going to go through essentially a slideshow. If you don't, that's why I say if you don't have a pen and paper, grab one. Um, this is going to be pretty much anything and everything you would need to know to get up and started at the right pace. In my opinion, the right pace is fast, and it's going to win, fast win. So, welcome to the FFL Success Zone, Family First Live new agent orientation. As it says, this is your first step to success. Now, here we have a picture of our president and CEO, Sean Mike of Family First Life. It's really important to know that the company you're working within, at least in my opinion, that you have an amazing leader that is going to back you when push comes to shove. But also above that, he's been through it and done this business personally. So he's not speaking from a place of, what if? He's speaking from a place of, I looked at it this way, it should be this way. Let's see how we can help more agents, help more families, and in turn make more monies for their families. So he's personally issued over $800,000 his last full year in the field with clients. Had an agency issuing 30 people. Guys, seriously think about that. 30 people issuing $1 million in a month. Is it crazy hard? No. But do you see that every single day? Absolutely not. So somebody I definitely wanted to get behind and be like, how's he doing it? Which he told us all, right? It's been 10 years now. And his mission truly, and if you haven't heard from President Sean Mike, when you do, you'll really truly see that his mission is to change the entire life insurance industry. Like that's truly his actual mission. And I think that goes without being said. But at the same time, again, you have people that they say things and they've never done them. And then you have people that have actually done things and stand behind what they say. And to date, over 10 years, Sean has done that for all of us. So FFL came about December of 2013 by agents such as Sean Mike, for agents such as all of us. You'll see his quote here. My goal is to have an army of men and women who have bigger bank accounts than any agent in the history of this industry. With that being said, guys, this industry is extremely powerful. And I think that it's important to really kind of take a step back and almost reread that statement. Because, guys, it's not all about, how many people can we recruit? Guys, we're excited to get all of you guys started and partners on our team, but we want you to all make money. Like above that. We don't want you to just be here to be like, I have John on my team. We want you to be here to be like, hey, look, John woke up and decided he's going to change his life because he has control of his life, right? That's the goal. All right. So in some of the integrity partners, guys, if you don't know what an integrity partner is or what integrity is, look into integrity. Essentially, you'll see here Frank and Jamie Euphemia, Trey Honeycutt, Mike File, Eric Schmidt, Dom Rogers, and myself, Marysa Maggio. We're all across the United States, literally everywhere, East Coast to West Coast. And these are just some of the partners that you have access to right here in the FFL Success Zone. So you're in a great place. Some of our other trainers here, you'll see Dean P, Kali D, and Jesse S. They all absolutely crush it on different aspects of this business. So make sure you're plugging in with your trainers. Some additional, we got Corinne G, Kendall C, and Amy M. Again, guys, one thing I love about our team is we are so unique in the essence of we all focus really on different areas, so to say, of the business. Some of us are really good with annuities. Some of us are really great with simplified life business. So whichever sector, we have a trainer for you, and some more go on. Crystal C, Jeremy W, Jonna K. And these are all people, guys, that are all selling now at a high level. So it's not like they're like, oh, we know what we did 15 years ago. No, it's what we're doing today, right? So that's what matters. Now, how do we get paid, right? Everybody wants to know how we get paid. If you don't want to know how we get paid, that's a little bit weird, right? There's quite a few different ways that we can receive, payment here, if you will. And this was one of the things that I found really, really attractive in the life insurance industry was it's not just you sell something, you get a commission, and then that's it. It's you help a family with something that they actually need, in my personal opinion. And if you're on this call, I hope you see the value of life insurance too. So direct carrier commissions, meaning that the carrier pays commissions. You write a policy, for example, with Mutual of Omaha. Mutual of Omaha is going to be paying you those commissions. You write a policy with Americo is going to be paying you those commissions. So you are not receiving a commission check from Family First Life or from your upline's name. You're receiving an actual commission check directly from the insurance carrier to your bank account. That is huge, guys. You don't want to be in a place where they're holding your money. That's not fun. Second is carrier renewals. So like I mentioned, it's one thing to get paid once. It's another thing to continuously get paid on these products. So as long as your policy stays in force, you want to think about it like you're getting paid until the policy dies or until your client dies. And you do have a beneficiary on your renewals. There are also producer bonuses, which are crazy. Carrier bonuses, which are pretty much across the board with not every carrier we have, don't quote me on that, but with, I can think off the top of my head, at least 10 of the companies that we have. So that's huge. When you have a team, you do have override commissions. This was something that I realized early on, and I'll talk more about this, was, hey, if I literally can't get out of bed and go to work for whatever reason, like I'm really sick or I, God forbid, have an illness, like what am I going to do if I only have my direct commissions? Override commissions, guys, help people do what you do, help people learn how to help families, and that's going to help them get paid and help you get paid and help a whole lot more people. We also have manager bonuses as you work your way up in the company, and integrity partnership, you'll see there at the top, which is just one other way that we can go ahead and get paid. So that's 8 ways, and there's probably even more than that. All right, now how do you get paid on your own personal, contract level? We use the contract level of 100 because I'm really bad at math. If they put this on here specifically for me. No, I'm only kidding, but I am really bad at math. So guys, in other words, let's just say for the sake of this conversation, your commission level or your contract level coming in is, or at this point in time, is 100%. What you're going to do is you're going to take 85, you're going to multiply that by 12 to get the annualized premium, which is going to be $1,020. And then we're going to do times 0.10 for that 100% commission level. If my commission level were 80%, I would do times 0.08. And I'm going to do equals times 9 or times 0.75. And that's going to be 918 is what you'd receive on the front end. Now you might say, well, where's the rest of my commissions? I thought I get that 1,050. In months 10, 11, and 12, you receive that back end pay. In other words, as your client pays, you get paid with them, which is a beautiful thing. All right. And now, why is it advantageous to build an organization? So let's just say you right here, you're here, right? Your contract level is 120. You hire Bob, okay? This is Bob. Bob's contract level is 100, okay? In other words, guys, if you're not muted out, can you just go ahead and double check you're muted out? Appreciate y'all. All right. So with that being said, you want to look at the difference in between your contract level and Bob's contract level, which is 20%, right? So now every single time Bob sells a policy, you're not taking any of Bob's commission. You're at 120, Bob's at 100. You get the difference. Bob gets his 100% into Bob's pocket. You get the 20% left over into your pocket for helping Bob get up and going, make that sale, and get things done as he's up and growing his business, right? This can even be a part-time agent. I think it's important to know, like, hey guys, not everybody's going to come into this opportunity full-time, and that's okay. But I will say you got to come in part-time with a full-time attitude. I will absolutely say that. However, even having an agent go out and issue $10,000. Let's do the math on that, right? Let's just say you have one agent direct to you and they issue out $10,000 on a monthly basis, okay? In that scenario, we're going to take the 10,000 and we're going to go ahead and multiply it by 0.20, 2,000, right? So that's what you're getting essentially for bringing Bob and exposing him to the opportunity. That would be an additional $2,000 a month going into your pocket. So guys, it's about thinking of who do I know out there that could actually use an opportunity, and actually deciding which way you want to go. So with that being said, do you want to be an agent? Do you want to build an agency? It's completely up to you. Walking into the door at this opportunity, you have to realize, I know at my practice companies, meaning I was with two other insurance companies before being here at Family First Life now for 5 years. You have to decide, do you want to be an agent or do you want to build an agency? Now, when I first came from my two practice companies, I was like, I want to build an agency all day, twice on Sunday, and I want to work for it. And I'm ready, which is, by the way, like, if that's how you feel, that is a great thing. Keep that feeling. But then when I worked with those other two companies, I had some really bad, I call it insurance trauma. Okay. So I was like, I'm going to come to FFL and be an agent until I can trust them. Okay. Took me like, I already trusted them, right? I think at that point, it was just me making an excuse. But guys, decide what you want to do. Walking into the door, we all have the same opportunity. Your upline isn't going to say to you, oh, Tom, you just got started today. Well, Tom, you can't bring Tina, Tammy, and Joe in because you just started yesterday. Guys, the best thing you can do for yourself and your future self, if you're in pre-licensing today, is who can you reach out to that needs an opportunity or that might know somebody else that needs an opportunity. Because you might look at, for example, your aunt Trish, and she might have been killing it since she was 30 years old, loves what she does. She tells you all about it. You know that she wouldn't really be looking for a new position. Share the opportunity with her. Hey, Auntie Trish, awesome opportunity. I got started with this company. It's called Family First Life. We help families. I know that you have a broad market of different people you talk to. If you don't mind sharing this link and sending over a short video about what it is that we do here, I'm telling you, your Aunt Trish might just help you start building your team. So just decide which way you want to go. And remember that nobody decides that except you. If you're building an agency, take a picture of this. This is super important. And I'm going to give everybody just a minute to take a picture of this or screenshot it if you're on your phone. Guys, and this is just, again, a very non-aggressive approach on how to talk to folks within your warm market. If you're new to the business, if you're not new to the business, 2 different ways to go about it. Very important. All right, moving on. Okay. So guys, what I was always going for in this industry, and what I think everybody in this industry should be going for, because we are in a very competitive industry, guys. Like, that's sales, right? I don't even like calling this sales. I feel like I help people all day, but it is sales. With that being said, to the left-hand side, you'll see the FFL promotion guidelines. What I want everyone to do right now is look at the compensation level that you are currently at right now. And if you're like, I don't know my compensation level, you're at the starting contract level. Or we're going to assume you are, because that's what would make sense. Okay. What do you have to do to get to the next one? Right. As an example, to go from 80 to 85, you have to write $5,000 of issue paid premium as a personal producer, or $20,000 as a team, 2 months back to back. Okay. And you'll see as you go up the comp levels, it gets harder. Guys, it's supposed to get harder. However, you built so much momentum because you didn't miss it. Guys, when you don't miss these promotion levels and you just keep going after it 2 months back to back, you're going 85 every 2 months, 90 every 2 months, 95. Sky's the limit. And then it's just you versus you. You have a lot less of a probability of having a comparison complex because it's you versus you, right? Now, what is important that I love to kind of see here when we talk about building an agency or being an agent is at 120%, guys, if you're only personally producing, meaning you're helping a bunch of families in the field, this is where, you know, your compensation level is going to be cut, right? Like, it has to be cut somewhere, because other people said, I want to go out. I want to take more risk. I want to build an organization. I want to help more families, and I want to help more people help their families. Therefore, those people are going to have different parameters to meet once you get up to this 125 level. So 125 to 145, guys, these are all team numbers. So if you wrote $200,000 personally, 2 months back to back, you're still at 120 because you didn't do it as a team. It can't just be all about you. It has to be about a team. To the right-hand side of that, you'll see our different producer level guides, which is really cool, guys, because when I first came to Family First Life, there were only like, it was cool if you were like a silver producer. Like, that was like really cool. It was like, you're a silver producer, like let's go, like high five, right? Now it's like you're not a sapphire or above producer, like I don't really need your advice, right? And I say that in the best way, guys. That means the company is growing, and unstoppable. So you'll see all the different tiers here. There's a bunch of people within this group that are at this tier. They're emerald producers, a bunch of ruby and a bunch of sapphire and many diamond, many platinum. I always say if you're here and you're helping under 10 families a month, even if you're part-time, it might not be the best option for you unless that's what you were going for, which is completely different. All right, so snap a photo of those if you haven't already. And we're moving on. Slowly but surely, my computer said. Half kidding. All right. And then I talked back about the producer bonuses. So guys, if you take a look here at the bottom left, I'm not going to go through this complete depth, but you'll see 20K above in life, all the way up to 200K in life. You might be like, that 200K that I wrote 2 months back to back, it didn't get me my 125 comp. Well, no, it didn't as a personal producer, but what it did give you is 20 grand in your bank account that's non-charge backable, which sounds great to me. I'll take that, and some lead vouchers, which is also a great thing. So, guys, if you're coming into the business, again, please screenshot this. If you don't have this graphic, it's everywhere. It's on all the websites. However, please be sure to screenshot this, take a look over it, and, just be familiar with it. Comp by carrier, you can find this on the Agent Hub. So I'm not going to go too deep into these, but guys, there are different compensation levels depending on the product and the actual insurance carrier. However, you'll see pretty much standardized that they are pretty much across the board, as discussed. So 3 keys to see success quickly at Family First Life. And I wish like right now, if I had like a Sharpie and I was on a board, I would circle quick. Okay. Because it's really important, guys. If you get up and going and you overanalyze this thing, you're going to end up in a boat of paralysis by analysis. You might be like, well, how does she know that? I know that because I've seen people do it. I've done it, even just trying to change something in my business. Don't let that happen to you. It's a lot easier to hit the ground running. You're going to make mistakes, guys. You're supposed to make mistakes. But if you don't hit the ground running and you don't move fast and break things, it's going to make your life a heck of a lot harder getting up and going in this industry. So guys, do yourself a favor and get up and moving right when you have the opportunity to. So lead flow, buy leads every single week. You need new numbers to call each dial session. What we mean, we're saying you need a new number to call each dial session. What we're saying is you need new people to reach each and every dial session. You need new numbers. You need new people. You might be like, I have 20 leads from last week that didn't answer. I hear you. I want you to still call those 20 leads. But first, I want you to get your new leads and I want you to call those ones first. And then you're always going to go back to the leads that you got the week before or the day before, depending on how you're doing it. Schedule. Set a consistent schedule. Guys, if for example, you have to bring your kids to school, like there's not another option. You don't have anybody else that's going to help you out. And the kids have to be at school at 8:30. And it takes you 15 minutes to get to the school and to get back home from the school. Don't say you're going to start at 8 a.m. You know what I mean? Like no one's mad at you for starting at 9 a.m., but you have to be honest with yourself about what that's actually going to look like for you. I always say your schedule has to be absolutely non-negotiable. It doesn't matter if the kids are going to school. It doesn't matter if, it's the dog's birthday. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter, guys. In this business, you have to stick to your schedule. What you'll see at annual convention, because I know everybody on this call should be going, and if you're not going, get registered right now. But what you're going to see is every single top producer in any facet, any single top agency builder in any facet, they run a consistent schedule. So that's number one. Those are the first 2 keys to success. The third thing is going to be your phone script. Get great at your phone script. Get great at feeling good on the phones. Master the phone scripts, your posture, influxes in your tone, and pauses in your script. There's so many different ways in the script. You can pause. You can be like, thank you, like, how are you? And all these things. And, you want to be kind. And I get that. But some of these things don't work. So you got to work your phone script until you feel really good in that posture, in that tonality. And you can get your way. You can find your way into dialing. You can feel your way into dialing, meaning that you got it on point, you know where to pause, and you're working your script. Guys, if you have lead flow that you're following consistently, a schedule that you're consistently following that's not negotiable to you, in a phone script that you are actually great at, nothing can stop you in this business except you. So guys, keep those 3 things in mind as you go through and you're getting started. Now, 10 fundamentals to have lasting success at Family First Life. It's funny that this one reappears, but it's going to reappear because it's important. First one is a non-negotiable schedule. Again, guys, truly take some time with yourself, with your mentor. I guess if you need your mentor to help you set your schedule, I'm not hating on you, but all I'm saying is your mentor probably doesn't know what time your kid's dentist appointment is at, right? Like you do, right? And I say that like in a loving way, because that's what I was told when I came in. Like, hey, like I can't make your schedule for you because like I don't know what's going on in your life. Now you should definitely bring it to your upline and say, this is the schedule I'm thinking. And they can tell you like, hey, dialing on Friday from, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. might not be the best 3 hours to utilize, right? So non-negotiable schedule. Second is buying enough leads each week. I think the biggest thing that happens in this industry is we don't buy enough leads each week. And then as it pertains to number 3, 8 face-to-face presentations. Guys, we used to be in the field. Some of us still are, meaning we are meeting people actually face-to-face in their home. Or if you're doing telesales, 10 telesales presentations per day. Guys, you're going to see a lot of these are activity-based goals. That's because it's not like sell $2,000 of insurance. Guys, to be honest, we can't always control that piece of it. But what we can control is our schedule, our lead flow, how we're acting on the phones, and how many people we're talking to, right? So 10 presentations a day if you're doing telesales. If you're face-to-face, 8 appointments per day. And then number 4, phone time with the team. You might be like, I'm an introvert. I really don't like to talk to other people. Like, I just want to figure this thing out all on my own. Well, you sound just like I did, about 9 years, give or take ago. Guys, you can't do this on your own. Get onto Zoom live dials with your team, plug into the team calls, like don't play games. Like phone time with the team is important. You get to hear other people dialing and seeing what are they saying that's working that maybe I can implement. What are they not saying that's working that maybe I can take out of my script? What am I saying that I never heard this person say? And they write, they write 75,000 of issue paid premium a month, right? So what can I do? You can learn a lot from phone time with the team. 5, get onto the training calls. In just a moment, guys, I'm going to show you, a training schedule. Those should all be non-negotiable. I've been with Family First Life for about 5 years now. And guys, I still join every single training call. Get on the training calls. They're going to help you grow in your business. But what I will say is don't get on for attendance. Like if you're getting on for attendance, do yourself a favor and get off, because it's going to confuse folks that were actually on the call of like, hey, I can go talk to Joe about what happened on the training call. Well, you can't because Joe was on another planet and had his AirPods in and was listening to something else, right? So it's like, guys, don't get on training calls for attendance. Get on training calls with the willingness to learn, with that student-like mindset. 6, call from all appointments. Now, this is huge. When we're saying call from all appointments, this goes back to being face-to-face in the home. If you are in the home, guys, call once you complete your financial inventory, call your upline. What do we mean by that? You're calling with the baseball stats, if you will. As an example, I'm sitting here with Joe. Joe is 52 years old. He's a non-smoker. He has a mortgage of $300,000 that he's looking to protect today for his wife, Judy. And he has high blood pressure and takes atorvastatin for cholesterol. He is 5'5" and 150 pounds. What would be the best direction for me to go in? We're going to say, as an example, go Americo. You go Americo, boom. You know what place to go. This is also why live dials is invaluable, because guys, when you don't have to call from the appointment, you just have to put the person on hold, mute the phone and be like, hey guys, I got 35-year-old Betty on the phone. This is what she's looking to cover. Okay, that's a lot easier, right? It's on the job training. So plug into Zoom to get that happening, and make sure you're unmuting on Zoom to make sure that we can give you actual feedback. 7 is keeping a positive mindset and getting feedback and changing. Okay. I think that this piece is very important, just like all 10 of these are. But guys, if your mindset goes to like, this doesn't work, the leads stink, the people are mean, I can't handle rejection, in other words, like that's not good. You have to feel good enough about yourself to be able to be in a positive place and also to be able to get feedback. Guys, nobody, I can promise you, because I'm on there every single day, nobody on Zoom live dials is on there trying to make fun of you or give you feedback to like punk you. Guys, we're on there giving feedback to help you. Now, if you can't take constructive criticism, as an example, when I first got started, guys, in the industry, after every phone call for like my first week, and my manager, by the way, was sitting right next to me. So like I couldn't run or I couldn't mute myself on Zoom, which I'm very thankful for, by the way. But what I'm trying to say is at the end of every phone call for like almost the first week that I was dialing, I would be like, okay, Betty, like, so Friday at 4 o'clock works and we're in the home, guys. So I'm going to people's houses, with my manager, by the way. That's how it worked. Okay. I know it sounds really weird because it was. However, with that being said, the first week I said thank you to everybody at the end. I'd be like, okay, so Friday at 4 o'clock works. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, James. I'll see you in Mary on Friday at 4 o'clock. Thank you. Have a good day, sir. Bye. You know how many times I got no-showed? Every single time. And you know what my trainer did? He told me many times, stop saying thank you. It was the server in me or the bartender in me that was, speaking before, if you will, that was like, thank you. Have a great day. How are you? All these things. But what his point was I'm going to let her keep saying it until she goes to all these appointments because she's not listening to me because I wasn't. And they're not there. So for a week straight, I got no show driving to people's houses. And guys, when I say driving to people's houses, I don't mean like my neighbor. I mean like driving hours in the day. So sometimes we got to take a step back on the virtual side and be like, hey, I got a no-show, but like I got a no-show at my desk where I'm in the heat or I'm in air condition or I am in a place with shelter, right? Like it ain't that deep. Okay. So getting feedback is crucial. If you don't get feedback, you're not going to change in this business. Change is essential in this business. Even anybody you can ask that's been here for 10 years since the company began, have you changed in this business? All of their answers are going to be yes, because there's always something we got to change in the business as it pertains to ongoing growth. So be open to getting feedback. Be open to having a positive mindset. If you're typically a negative Nancy, welcome to a place where negative Nancy is not welcome. Like, so you got to just kick negative Nancy down the stairs and, pull, badass Betty on up and like, let's get this thing going in the right direction. Positive mindset, get feedback. Don't take feedback as criticism. Take it as somebody cares enough to go out of their way to help you. Because guys, not everybody has that. And I promise you that. 8, being active in the groups. Again, it's one thing to be on the call. It's another thing to be on the call, meaning you're listening to the call. You're listening to what's going on. It's one thing to be in the Discord. It's another thing to engage in the Discord. It's one thing to be in Slack. It's another thing to engage in it. So guys, being active in the groups, I don't care if it's you're just getting started today, but you're so excited about this opportunity as you can be, that you're emphasizing all the messages in the group chat. Like there's nothing wrong with that. That just means like you're excited, right? Like you're excited. You should wake up every day in this business with a level of excitement. Like right now, I hope I sound excited because I am. Number 9, attend national and local events. So guys, this is a huge one. And there will be a slide at the end on it. We do one time a year. So if you're on this call right now, like literally you're on it at the right time of the year. One time of the year as a whole entire IMO, we come together. And to me, it's the top people in the actual insurance industry because guys, we are the number one IMO. We have competitors, but in my personal opinion, based off the numbers, we don't really compete a whole lot with them. We have our annual convention coming up. Again, guys, this is one time a year, hence its name, annual convention. It's a 3-day event and is out in Irving, Texas, which is like 5 minutes from Dallas. If you're on this call right now and you're like, I don't know if this is for me, it might be for me, it might not be for me, get to annual convention, guys. I can promise you by the time you leave there, you're going to know this is for me or this is not for me. So attend local and national events. So be sure to get to convention. That's the next big one coming up. There's also a bunch of lock-ins coming up. A lock-in is simply getting together with a group of people that work here at Family First Life in a concentrated area such as Birmingham, Alabama, which will be happening in February with my group, and locking in, essentially selling with each other, selling in front of each other. Like that's huge because again, you get to hear from people that you don't get to hear from every single day. So instead of and somebody put here in the chat just real quick, instead of saying thank you at the end of my calls, what I would say would just be like, make it a great day. See you then. Something along that. Just not thank you. There's no reason to thank them. And then number 10, recruit every week. Guys, you might be here today. You might be like, I just want to test the waters. I just want to see like how things go, blah, 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 blah. I hear you. I get it. But like, don't be selfish. What I mean by that is I've seen so many people, countless people come into this business by somebody who is no longer in this business, but this business is exactly what they want to be doing. And they are absolute killers in it. So don't stop being selfish, right? Like you might be like, I want it to work for me first. What if you don't work? What if your cousin Joseph has a way better work ethic than you do, but you just don't want Joseph to show out on you? Why don't you not be that family member, that friend, that cousin, that whatever that is not willing to share an opportunity? Guys, you don't know who needs this opportunity. People make things look on social media like they're like really important. Sometimes that's like a ego issue, meaning like that they're not actually where they want to be. Other times people are really happy. So like I mentioned in the beginning, you're going to have people in both places, but recruit every single week. All right, we're just going on my computer's time here. We'll use this. All right. And then as it pertains to, contacts here at FFL, these are two for FFL National. We have Frank and Jamie Euphemia. They are both absolutely amazing. So just guys, good way to know that right in the Agent Hub, you are able to find contact information. Now, main carrier and product list, just so you guys have an idea, I'm not going to go through all these or we'd be here all day. Americo, Aetna, American Amicable, AIG, Ethos, Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, those are like our core companies, okay? So, and then Royal Neighbors, all right? So these are the companies you're going to be, using most often. Now, this is the FFL Success Zone weekly training schedule. If you want to go ahead and screenshot this. Guys, what I would point out is this Monday 6 o'clock call is a great call. Everybody gets together. We have different guests on with us, which is amazing. If you're like one of those people who thinks you have to learn everything about every product, which I don't recommend being one of those people because you will not move fast to break things, you can join the product training calls, zoom.fl all every Wednesday at noon. I'm not saying it's not good to listen back to some of these things, or rather to product training calls particularly, guys, but do not sit here and think you're going to become the product training master within a week, no matter how hard you study the underwriting guide. Stop studying the underwriting guide, get to work, meaning get people on the phone, get yourself in front of people, because that's where we're actually going to learn how to make things happen. Every Thursday at 5:30, Thursday at noon is the Simple Retirement Solutions call. Everybody should be joining this call. Talks about annuities, IULs, infinite banking, different topic each and every week, which is amazing. Then followed up that evening by a recruiting blitz call at 5:30. This is typically hosted by Trey Honeycutt. He takes about 30, 45 minutes or so and puts somebody in what he refers to as the hot seat, really helping you get a head start on building your business, how to kind of talk to people about the business, how not to talk to people about the business, and literally exactly what to say. So join that one if you're like, I want to be an agency builder. I want to build this thing. Get on there. Live dials, you see, is on here every single day. You know why? Because we're live dialing all the time. Live dials is happening right now while we're on this call. The TNL comes out every Friday. Corporate drops that. Definitely make sure to tune in. Then you're on the new agent orientation right now. And like I said, guys, every day there's live dials. We're all on different time zones. So pretty much somebody's on there by 8 o'clock, no matter what time zone you are on. All right. Now, I keep talking about this, the dialteam.fflall.com. This is the dial room. This is the Zoom room that we're all referencing, that I'm referencing many times throughout this call. When you dial with a group of people, by nature's default, you're going to want to do better. And like, that's a good thing, by the way, guys. Like you should want to do better. If you sit at home and you're like, I'm really introverted, I really keep to myself, and you're like, so I'm just like not going to get on Zoom, and I'm going to watch a couple of videos, and I'm going to cross my fingers and hope I can make it happen. Don't do that to yourself. I'm introverted as well. Like, I would consider myself an introverted person. That does not mean when it comes to my work that I have to be an introverted person and that I can't communicate. It actually means quite the opposite. It means that I need to get myself in an uncomfortable place, because if I don't do that at the beginning, guys, I'm probably not going to do it at the end. If I'm saying I'm introverted, so I'm scared to reach out for help, it's not going to help me when I'm 5 weeks in and I've been saying the same thing for 5 weeks. Now it's going to make it that much harder for me to do it the next time I'm trying to change something. So change in the beginning, fast changes, move fast, break things. You're going to make mistakes. No one's mad at you for making the mistakes, but just get out there, get involved. And guys, the dialteam.fflall.com, join us. All right, be prepared for success. Guys, this is probably, and like, again, no one's perfect, guys. Nobody is perfect, okay? However, if there's one thing when I'm helping any agent on Zoom, I don't care if they work directly with the group, they don't work directly, anybody I'm helping on Zoom, if you don't know how to log into your carriers, like, I love you, but like, you shouldn't have got on the phone. There's 5 companies, guys, that you should be able to log in to their website, and you should be able to start the e-application once you get contracted. Okay. If you're not contracted yet, this is not applicable to you. Once you're contracted, you're licensed and you hold contracts with the insurance companies. Those companies are probably going to be Americo, American Amicable, Ethos, AIG, and Mutual of Omaha. Okay. Once you have those 5 main carriers, usernames, and websites, I always like favorite mine. I highlight them. I put them in like essentially on my toolbar. I'm not that good with technology. If I can do it, you can do it. I promise you, because I'm really bad with it. With that being said, bookmark those, write them down somewhere, complete the Sales Academy goal form in there. You know, like all this is in there, guys, to make sure you're set up for success. Get on your manager's calendar to do a strategy call. And have the CRM center set up ASAP. That's leads.agentcrmcenter.com. Guys, the CRM center is essentially just a drip campaign. So this is what we're going to talk about here. So how important is the CRM? It is a game changer. It gives you professional credibility. So you have a website and a digital business card. As an example, my website, I believe, is marisamaggio.myverifiedadvisor.com. If you go on there right now, if you look at my name, the way it's spelled, where it says I'm talking, or if you can just see my screen, whatever's easier. If you want to type that in, you can type it in. You'll see my verified advisor page come up. That's an example of it. Also a digital business card. So on my verified advisor page, all my licenses are there. Like for every non-resident state I have, they're all on there. They're all updated. That way, I live in the state of Massachusetts. Let's just say you're John, and John, you live in the state of Alabama. At that point, you'll be able to log in. You'll be able to see my Alabama state license. So you know you're speaking to a licensed professional before you even get on the phone. Second thing is you have full access to insurance toolkits. Now, what is insurance toolkits? So for all you introverts out there, you got to just block your ears for a second. Now, I'm only kidding, but seriously. Insurance toolkits, guys, essentially, it's an automation. So I want to be clear, nothing automated is always 100% accurate. With that being said, you plug in that basic information, like we talked about at the beginning, the baseball stats, right? How old is the person? What medications are they taking? What's their gender? What's their height, their weight? All that fun stuff. From that information, it's going to say, Americo is going to be the most likely to take it, or AI or Corebridge is going to be the most likely to take it. It's helpful. It's a helpful tool to have when you're in a pinch. It's also a helpful tool to have as it will compare the prices for you. So that's built right into your agent CRM center at no cost to you. You have the underwriting and the quoting software, which is great. Third is it is an LMS or a lead management system. So it manages your clients, keeps them in front of you all year. Automatic text and email drips are on. Literally any lead type you get can go in here. So it's huge because it's going to help you get in front of a lot more of your leads through that text and email drip. It can also connect to a wave power dialer to make dialing more efficient. If you're one of those people that you don't know if you took all day to dial or if you dialed all day, I'm going to say that again. If you're one of those people that you don't know if you took all day to dial or you dialed all day, right? Meaning like, did I actually make 50 dials an hour? Or was I just like chilling here with no dial tracker, saying like, looking at my leads, being like, well, most Roberts I talk to, they're not really nice. So I'm going to skip Robert. I'm going to go over to Kyle. Like, like, don't do that. Don't play games with your mind. Like, just connect it to the Wave power dialer. All that essentially is, guys, it's a way that it's a plug and play system. You put your leads into the dialing system. You have your dialer on. Again, it's connected with a different phone number, runs right off of your computer software or your phone system, however you want to view that. And it kind of takes the thought out of dialing. Sometimes we overthink dialing and we don't ever dial, or we'll make like 10 dials and we're like, okay, that was a first good day. That was a good first day. No, guys, 10 dials is not a good first day. I don't even care if all those 10 of those people said, fly a kite. That's totally fine. You got to keep moving, guys. However, with the Wave power dialer, with any power dialer, what you're really doing is you're taking the thought out of it and it's just dialing. The first person that picks up, it's not going to continue to dial, guys. It's going to have you on the phone with that person. So we definitely recommend this to anybody that's getting up and started. All right. And then kind of a couple good things that are a couple quick tips here. If you want to screenshot this, these are good tools to have. So we have fflagenthub.com. It's going to ask you for a password, which is win with FFL. There is an in-home hotline. To the best of my knowledge, it does still work. Anybody, please feel free to chime in if it does or doesn't. It's that 1-800 number. I have it saved in my phone. I know it because people will call it and it pops up like new agent hotline. When somebody calls that phone number, please do not call it right now. Guys, we know that it's a new agent that needs help. It brings to multiple different people's phone numbers. Discord in-home hotline channel. So right in Discord, there's an in-home channel. If you need help and you're not on Zoom for whatever reason, plug it in there. Somebody will help you out. As we talked about many times, daily Zoom live dials. That's the zoom.fflall.com. And then if you're looking for some additional training on IUL and annuity, familyfirstlifeschool.com. Agent CRM Center, what we just spoke about, that LMS system that it drips on everything, and you're able to buy leads there. You're able to do pretty much everything there. agentcrmcenter.com. CRM, personal website, digital business card, insurance toolkits, all in one friendly place. All right. And then here we're just going to kind of hit on a new agent schedule. And guys, really what I want you to take into consideration as we look at this is, what activities am I being asked to do? If you're not in home face-to-face, and if you are, that's cool too. But it's going to look a bit different. So talk to your upline about your schedule. If you're not in home, like majority of us at this point, and you're virtual, guys, this is key. You're going to see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, start dialing 8 a.m. Dial live for coaching and accountability. Guys, if you're not going live when you get on Zoom and you're a new agent, it's not helping you. And like I say that because like I know, like I see it happen every day. So be the new agent that gets on there, they unmute, they're open to doing 10 presentations. Guys, when we're saying 10 presentations, what we're saying is you were able to present to 10 people, meaning you were able to pitch them the bronze, silver, and gold option. And all 10 of them might have said to you, I need to think about it. Okay. Which, by the way, that should not happen. If it does, that's where we're going to be helping you. That's where the hands-on training comes into play, right? Now, you might be like, I need to think about it problem. Okay. If the same thing happens on Monday night, okay, cool. But guys, key is on Monday, you're getting to that goal of 10 presentations before noon. If you can have 10 talks to people before noon, I can tell you right now, you're going to be above the bell curve. Okay. So like you're doing your thing. Now, if you're In the field, Monday, you're setting appointments all day for Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, you're setting appointments all day for Friday, Saturday. However, if you're not in the field, we're going to take a look at Tuesday, because this is pretty much how all of your days should be looking like as it pertains to full-time producer schedule at Family First Life. So in the morning, dialing 10 to 12, taking that break at 12 o'clock after you had your 10 talks, your 10 presentations, getting back on the phones, whether you have to have a dialing goal. Like my goal is to talk to 15 people on a day that I'm doing my appointments. 15 people, because those are the ways that my numbers have played out over time. Now, here, guys, in the beginning, you want to get as many reps in as you can. We always say the first 100 appointments that you're in, you're pretty much going to hear about everything and anything that you can kind of get. You will all, have that occasional kind of like band camp appointment, if you will, that never really happens. But my point is you're going to kind of get everything out of the way. When you can do that, it's going to prepare you to go into the next week that much stronger, the next day that much stronger, the next talk that much stronger. So make sure, again, we're talking about activity-based goals. So again, when you come back from, your lunch break or the builder's call on, Monday, whatever it might be, you're coming back at 1 o'clock. And I always used to say this to myself when I was in the field, and I say it now, one till I reach my goal. Right? Again, my goal is 15 talks a day. Here, guys, when you're getting started, I wouldn't recommend doing anything under 20 presentations a day. You're just not getting enough exposure. This is how you hit the ground running. This is how you move fast and break things. This is how you should start. I'll say that again. This is how you should start. I can't tell you how to start, but this is how you should start. 10, 10, 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. The great thing about having an activity-based goal is that once it's completed, it's completed. You don't have to redo it, right? It's done. Check. However, bad thing about having an activity-based goal, if you are not moving fast and breaking things, is you might be on the phone until 1 to 9 p.m. because we can dial till 9 p.m. because that's what the law says, right? In most states. With that being said, guys, utilize different time zones to have them work for you. As an example, you live on the East Coast. Maybe you have a lot of things to do in the morning with your kids to get them to school. You work Central, Mountain, and Pacific time instead of working the East Coast, so that you're using that hour in your favor. There's different ways you can shift and mold it with time zones. So please, guys, make sure that you talk to your manager about that if it's needed. And then Friday, Saturday, you're going to see the same thing. This is 60 plus presentations a week. If you keep doing this every single week for 4 weeks, I don't want to say there's no way, but like, there's I have yet to see somebody show up for 60 plus presentations a week and continuously do that for 4 weeks and not see a crazy outcome. So don't give up. Don't stop. Just like it says, you will win. You got to believe you will win first, though. What we're looking at here, this is an example week of submit numbers. I'm not sure exactly when this was from. I think it's a couple weeks back. No big deal. But guys, you take a look at this. This is people that are, at about 10,000 or above. And this is a weekly submit. Like what would, this person, submitted 41,933, right? Like even number 10, Rami Hamadi, 14,675. Number 15, 12,960. Number 20, 11,648. Like what would that amount of money do for your family? Ask yourself that, and then ask if that schedule is worth it. Now, upcoming live training, guys. Again, we have so much virtual training. It's amazing. It's been amazing to see how the insurance industry has unfolded since COVID. But guys, you got to get yourself to annual convention. So go ahead and scan this QR code if you're not registered already. Get yourself registered. The tickets are selling out quickly. So make sure you're like 2 of them are already sold out, I believe. So guys, you don't want that third category to sell out. You won't be able to get there. So please go ahead, scan this QR code or go to www.fflconvention.com and get registered for annual convention. All right. And then I always like to kind of just talk about our goal for you, right? Like we always have a goal where like our goal is not to hire the world and, just mosey dozy. That's not the goal, guys. Our goal is actually to be really selective with folks that we're bringing in So if you're on this call, it's like somebody thought you were a good fit for their team, and that should be a compliment. Guys, if you're not muted, and unless you have something to say, if you could please mute yourself, we're wrapping up. So okay, so our goal for you is to have you on live dials for a coaching session within 2 days of having your carriers. Again, guys, if you don't move fast and break things in this business, it's not going to be fun for you. I'm just keeping it honest. So be on live dials for a coaching session within 2 days after having your carriers, maximum within 2 days. Okay. Have you get paid within 7 days of your first dial session. Your first dial session is going to be contingent upon you. Okay. So move fast and break things. Get the training done. Get yourself there. Treat this like a business. It will pay you like a business. Treat this like a hobby. It will pay you like a hobby. And to be quite frank with y'all, none of my hobbies ever paid me a whole lot of anything. I was never that great. All right. So with that being said, treat it like a business where we want you paid within 7 days. That's our goal. Anybody on my team, I know I want them paid in 7 days. Anybody on this team right here, your upline wants you paid in 7 days. Your upline wants to see you win. So, and we want to see you achieve your goals that you put on your goal sheet. So you have a goal sheet, a goal tracker when you're getting started in the new agent hub. Make sure you fill that out. That way, again, nobody can tell you your goals, guys. If you want to make an additional $3,000 a month, we can teach you how to do that. But if we think you want to make an additional $30,000 a month because we start setting goals for you, that's not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for the upline, and it's not good for anybody's relationship. So make sure you know what you want out of this opportunity before you're starting to set your goals. Remember, your goals are going to change as you're moving through the business. So I'm not saying decide your rest of your life based on what you decide your schedule to be today. But what I am telling you to do is make a schedule today that you can commit to today. Outside of that, guys, that's all I got. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will open it up just for literally about 5 minutes for any questions, comments, concerns. Please feel free to unmute yourselves.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I'll go into my video on for you so you can see what I look like. See if I can. Oh, there we go. So my number one question is there a limit on how many leads we can buy?
No, there's not a limit on how many leads you can buy. And I love that question, Brent. Nope, sky's the limit. All up to you.
Thank you.
You got it. Anybody else?
I got one.
Go for it.
For the convention, I haven't started yet, but I'm still able to attend that, correct?
Absolutely. So that's what I would say. Like, guys, if you're on here and you haven't started yet, or you're like, maybe this is for me, maybe it's not, I'm not sure. Get yourself the annual convention. It's really going to help you dictate. Like, by the time you walk out of there, you'll be able to dictate this is for me or this is not for me. So I would absolutely say get registered, Victor. Yes, to answer your question, you can still register.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You got it. Anybody else?
What's your daily schedule looks like?
What does my daily schedule look like? Sorry, I'm
Yes.
just trying to figure. Oh, here we go, Linda. All right. So what my daily schedule looks like at this point in time is a little bit different, but pretty much what the schedule looks like that I went over on the slide. So making sure that I have those 10 sits from 8 to 12, and then taking a break or listening to some, training, and then getting back on the phones and waiting until I had those 10 other, people I talked to or presentations done, and then building my business, right? So it always goes back to once you complete those tasks, you can build your business if that's what you're wanting to do. So that's pretty much what it looks like for me day to day. Outside of Saturday, I do a half day, guys. I've been here for 5 years though. Did not always do a half day and used to always work Sundays as well. So that's what I got.
Marysa, when is
Get it.
the agency training on Wednesday? What is the
on Wednesday there's it's a product training call, and that's at
yes,
12 o'clock.
and what is the link to that?
So it's shared in Slack, Linda, if I'm being very honest with you. I don't know that information. Okay, Christina. So zoom.fflall.com. So same,
Okay.
yep, same
Okay,
link
good.
for
Thank
Monday.
you.
You got
Thank
it.
you.
Of course. All right. Anybody else? Questions, comments? Go for it.
Yes, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Okay, how much time would you suggest out of each day that we spend on Zoom calls that would kind of take us away from our calls?
You mean like listening? Okay. You
Yes,
mean like,
listening in and like participating like in the Zoom calls as well as doing the hours that we need to do in the calls we need to do.
I hear you. So as it pertains to essentially like that Monday builders call, if you're building an organization, you definitely want to be on there live. I mean, I like to be on there regardless. So really, in other words, I would say you're probably going to be spending about an hour give take on a daily basis outside of making your own calls to make sure you're training and you're learning and able to kind of apply that to that day and to the days forward. Is that making sense, Alicia?
Yes, it is.
Perfect. Anybody else, please feel free to unmute.
Hi. I was wondering, how much do you think I should expect to spend on leads in my first month if I want to be successful?
In your first, I go per week on a weekly basis. That's just kind of how the stance I talk from. I would
Yeah.
say taking a look at minimally investing $700 to $1,000 a week on leads.
Uh-huh.
As long as you're working, you're plugging in, you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, you won't regret spending that money.
Okay. And how long after I get licensed can I begin to start selling?
So you'll have to just get contracted. Usually just takes about a week or two. So once you get that license, as simple as getting you up and going through contracting, and that's super simple. So a week or two.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You got it.
I have a question.
Go for it.
Okay, so I've been with FFL for quite some time. However, I fell off track and I'm trying to get back on track. And there are some carriers that kind of let me go because of no submitting in applications and things to that nature. So now that I'm trying to get back on track, and let's just say someone does need a specific, I'm on insurance toolkits, and the insurance company that fits best with them is the one that I'm actually no longer contracted with. Do I call the insurance company directly and just let them know I do have business that's trying to get with them? Or
So
that's what I'm kind of afraid of.
I hear you. So Betty, as long as you were terminated due to lack of production, reach out to your direct upline, because that's what it's sounding like. Reach out to your upline. They should be able to get you recontracted with, said company or companies.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You got it. All right, guys. I hope you guys all took a lot from this today. I don't want to overextend the call. It's been about an hour or so, but I do look forward to seeing all of you guys get started. I look forward to seeing you guys all on live dials and make it a massive Saturday going into next week strong. Hope you all had a happy new year. Thanks for being on with me today. Take care. Bye, guys.